Lilies are obviously another plant that are common sort of everywhere, since these are oftentimes, inside. They're not just in the more temperate areas. The actual lily species and then the daylilies, which are these hemerocallis plants, are the ones that are going to be toxic. The calla and peace lilies are actually not toxic to cats, at least not kidney toxic. It can cause some issues, like orally. It has little, I don't know, if they're really barbs, but it makes their mouth really irritated. But it doesn't cause kidney failure. Clinical signs that you're going to see are going to be, gastrointestinal signs, so vomiting, drooling, anorexia, diarrhea. Signs of acute kidney injury. They might be PUPD. They might actually be oligouric or anuric. Might have abdominal or renal pain, and then oral ulcerations might be present as well. General non-specific signs of sick cats, dehydration, hypothermia, fever, lethargy, depression, you name it. And then neurologic signs can happen as well. So ataxia, head pressing, tremors, seizures are also possible. But again, the AKI being the sort of most common presentation with these guys. This is just some examples. Obviously, there's different kinds of lilies, but the stargazer lily on the left would be an example of a lilium species, and then this daylily on the right, or the hemerocallis species. These are the toxic ones, and all the various parts of the plant are toxic. So the flowers, the green leaves part of it, the pollen, the stamen, all of that stuff is incredibly toxic. So diagnosis is oftentimes just sort of documented or suspected exposure, along with clinical signs that are consistent with toxicity. And then, you might see some clinical pathologic changes that show evidence of AKI, or even liver enzyme elevations, electrolyte changes, those sorts of things. Treatment, as usual, gastric decontamination, so emesis and activated charcoal, and then IV fluids and supportive care and monitoring of kidney values. If there's azotemia already present or that develops, then also dialysis, either hemodialysis or peritoneal dialysis, is also effective. There was actually a study that showed a pretty good, or actually an excellent survival rate. So there was a study of 25 cats that had a 100% survival rate if decontamination and fluid diuresis was provided within 48 hours. Only 5 of those cats had an elevated BUN admit, and only 1 had an elevated creatinine. So I guess my question is whether or not those cats really got into toxic doses of the lilies, because other studies have certainly shown much worse prognoses with that. If signs of AKI are already present, the prognosis is definitely worse. And again, those patients actually may require hemodialysis. And even after hemodialysis, they may end up with chronic renal failure.